what do you think made that movie so good? Why has this particular movie been so successful? What is it?
Stephanie and Duncan for Cathedral. Yeah, what makes the movie so successful is that in the movie you see the people put their all, their passion. You can feel it. Like the cars that they are destroying, they spend money for it, they pour money behind it, and they know that they will get more money. So that's it.
Someone else who has a comment on this point. Yes, please. Sorry? Yeah. This is the last question. I already signified that. This will be the last one. Let me go down. Here, please. Yeah. So why was this movie so successful? After this, I will be shutting this down. I'm sorry. You already responded.
This movie was successful because of the writer, the director, and the way they played a part in control. creating this movie. That's why made this movie so successful.
So you give credit to the writer?
Yeah, that's right.
And to the other people who are involved?
Yes.
I think that's the only point for us to end on. I'm sorry if I didn't give you an opportunity to respond, but we only have so much time. And the bottom line about this movie, the truth about this movie, is that it's not the kind of thing that you can see once and you go home and forget about it. You'll be thinking and talking about it, I'm sure, with friends. And maybe some of those friends will come and see it for themselves, because there's so much to the story. But I think the point that our last responder made is the one that we should end on. What made this movie successful? One of the things was the fact that every individual involved was chosen on the basis of his or her excellence. People did not choose their cousin, their sister, the guy who living next door, the drinking partner. It was all about find the person who is the best at doing what they are doing and bring them to work on the crew. So if you look at the costume design, that was one person's job, and it was top. And then the people who are creating the architecture of the town and the design, their job, top notch. You follow? And then you take the writer, as she was giving credit. So each one of them, and the cinematographer as well, the people behind the camera. So this is what is possible for us if we are willing to join hands with each other who share our passions and who are committed to excellence. Sky's the limit. Anything is possible. And I hope you'll pursue that. Thank you. Let me ask one other question, because we need to get out of here early enough. Food is waiting. In 3 weeks, Black Panther, the movie, has earned $900 million. By next week, it should be up to $1 billion. That is, the $900 billion is twice what the Liberian government earns in 1 year. Don't laugh. It's serious business. Our neighbor Nigeria earns $900 million from Nollywood movies annually. So the question is, what stops Liberian movies and music from having similar success? Yes, young lady? Name and school.
Firstly, we don't promote our movie industry, and besides, if you got a dream for making movie, first day you go to a learning school, they will shut you up, and in Nigerian Ghana, if the children want to make movie, you promote them, and the people actually support their stars.
So people in these societies support their stars, but she's saying that Liberians aren't as supportive of people here who are being creative. Do you agree? So what would it take for our music, movies, arts to to be successful? You think it could be possible one day? What would it take? Name and school, please.
I'm James D. Jala Jr. from Spiriton Academy. Actually, for our movie industry and music industry to be successful, our brothers who are traveling and leaving the country to learn foreign things in both movie and music, they're staying there to make the money. They don't want to return to teach their friends. So how can our movie and music industry exceed? So now we have to encourage our brothers who are leaving that want to learn, they should return and help their brothers and sisters within this country. In that way, we'll be able to exceed.
But you heard that clearly, I don't have to repeat. So someone else on that side, yes? Let me come here. What will it take for us to succeed?
I'm Rasheed Carter from BW Harris Episcopal High School. For me, what I think it would take for us to increase, succeed in our music industry is for us to put more attention into kids that are coming up within the music industry. Nowadays, you find a child want to do music, his parents will, tell him not to do it. The parents will make him not to do it. And then you find out child dreams just die down on the line. Now, I want the parents to bring their children up, and then people out there that have money should support that people, to support that child, for that child to come up to have whatsoever thing. Because you find out if you put money, invest money within this child, you find out if that child is making more music and then the music is hitting, you find out you, the manager, you have more money also. So it's a win-win business.
Excellent, thank you. So you heard his response, and it starts with the parents. It starts with us really reevaluating our culture. One aspect of our culture, which is a tendency to look down on people who are not pursuing what we consider to be book knowledge. People who have gifts as musicians or artists or athletes. The tendency is to say, oh, you want to be band boy? Can't you find something better to do? But what he's saying is that if the parents were more encouraging, those who have those talents will be able to produce on a different level, correct? Yes, your name, sir, and your school.
Courage to work with the parents.
I like the way you check the mic for me.
My name is brothers. Okay. In order for our own library music to expand, we need to prioritize our own things. For example, for something to expand, to go up, you need to put your time to it, put your finances to it, and put all of your all. But for the movie, the music, I see librarians, they don't vision the future. They do things on a day-to-day basis. But I think if you think about what is ahead of you and do things towards that, they make the music just to get money and put in their pocket. The movie, you will see they're not putting something good into the movie. You will see a Nigerian movie, they will have decent buildings, cars. They put their all, they put their finances. But yeah, I think they will use iPhone 7 to record a movie. It's possible. You will use something very low, substantial. So then you expect to have something bigger in the future. It's impossible. What you put in it, yes, but that where you're starting from, you need to put your all. You cannot start something and you just do it on a day-to-day basis. You need to put your vision in the future.
Watching on Facebook Live. I hope you're hearing these answers, though. You hear the deep responses that students are giving. These are the kinds of answers that I expected from my students at the university in the US. For you to analyze the motivation of the villain in the movie the way you did, and to show the distinction between, yes, someone was injured, someone was affected negatively by death, but yet you cannot just seek revenge on people who were not responsible for what happened, right? And somehow you have to be focused in terms of, okay, who was responsible and how can you reconcile if that is an option at all. The bad guy in the movie, Eric Killmonger, right? was extremely bitter, filled with anger. Why? Name and school.
My name is Black Panther from Katrina Catholic High School.
Yes.
He was actually revenging the death of his father. That is why he was so angry. So he went as far as to the military to do a lot of things, join a lot of society just for him to be able to conquer the death of his father. And just for him not able to be revenge the death of his father. Because he was actually there when he was actually outside when he heard the sound of the death of his father. When he actually entered in the room, he saw that his father was dead. So that is why he went as far as for him to conquer. Yes.
So his bitterness was motivated by the death of his father and his desire to revenge. So it was justified. Or was he justified in then taking out that anger on the society and the entire country of Wakanda? I see you shaking your head. The name and school, please. Name and school. Yeah. What's the school? So what would you say? Was he justified? Why not?
Because that was not the action he was supposed to take.
What would be the appropriate action? You think? So the appropriate action, she says, would have been to reconcile with his brother, with his relatives, who he had been estranged from. They had been separated.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, the actual way that in which that he was able to settle everything for him to know the actual fact that the moment as he actually killed the man that actually stole the thing from the people and started destroying the country, his rival, after him failing killing the man, he would have carried the body and said, oh, I did this because of why I'm from this land. I actually did this because I want to revenge the death of my father, because I don't know the rightful thing that made my father death or caused my father death, and I want to know. And I thought that the man had actually explained to the king that, oh, because of this, that is why your father killed me, because he betrayed the land. I would have, if he would have explained to him in such a way that he would have understood not to revenge actually.
Excellent. And your name again?
Safia Tusuba.
Safia.
Safia Tusuba.
Okay, and you're Cathedral Catholic High School. So for those of you who are wonderful, okay, so we'll move quickly so we can go to the next stage of this process. Liberia, Wakanda was portrayed in the movie as being self-reliant. In other words, they produced everything they needed, whether it was farming or technology and so forth. What will it take for us to be self-reliant, I think? What would it take for Liberia to be self-reliant? How do we achieve that? Or is that just fiction? Is that just something in a movie? Is it possible? Name and school, please.
Yeah, I'm Bamba Evans and Salif III, and I'm from the B. David Harris Episcopal School. In order for a nation to be self-reliant, I would say we need to work efficiently and also use our natural resources in a way that everyone can benefit from it positively.
So we must use our resources, natural resources, efficiently and use them in a way that everyone is able to benefit from those resources. Any other suggestions in that regard? Yes.
Okay, I'm Augustine P. Outland from the Chuba Institute. All right, I believe for us to live by ourselves, meaning to live by what we may or do, we have to firstly visit our culture. If we can know where we're from, because no one, if you like growing, you don't know where you come from, you nowhere, you go nowhere. So I believe firstly we should know our culture. When we get our culture, and we can do all by ourselves.
Yes. You had a nation composed of many different ethnic groups or tribes.
I do.
Yet they were able to live to each other. And the question was, How is that?